Okay, we are officially live yet again. Welcome everyone, back to Metaphor ReFantazio. When we last left off, over a week ago at this point, sorry about that, had a lot of real life stress and everything to kind of work out, we were about ready to head to Brielhaven and continue on our journey for the first trial of becoming the king in this tournament, which, if we're quite honest, we don't necessarily have to do, for the context of becoming the king, because, it's organized by the church and, the state, technically. It is not, in fact, anything reliable. It's basically an organized election, but it's also being manipulated by, obvious fact that Forden is the one that's controlling all of it, who is the current top candidate, trying to make a quote-unquote fair election for him to win. But, potentially just kind of reiterating that to everyone, more so for the fact that we're kind of acting like this tournament's the biggest thing, but it isn't. And the one who's acting appropriate to it is actually Luis, who has avoided the tournament so far, and has refused to do anything about it. So, with that in mind, we are going to be trying to win over his favor by doing an amazing thing at the, Exhibition of the Brave, by turning in the Sanctorus that was responsible for the kidnappings and the long murder list of several citizens and children in the town of Martira, feeding her pseudo-adopted human, which in this case is a monster. Just as a reminder to those who may forget, humans are not in fact a race here anymore, technically. I put in the technical because those in the know may technically know, but for the sake of it, humans are a monster, and we've got to be prepared and deal with whatever may come our way. I did wind up checking the path. It looks like we won't be having a fight necessarily on our hands leading into it, but I am in fact keeping the crescent medal on because, yes, I'm using the merchant still. I'm using this to farm mag to hell and back when I can. And, yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. Divine Speed Close. Remind me what that does again? Not bad. Okay, Grave Guard. So I've got a bunch of things that just kind of generally boost stats. And, you know, we could put on some of these fancy outfits later, because I kind of want to see them. But for now, our last thing before we go to good old Brielhaven is spending the night with Heisme one more time, getting him to rank 4. So,
it's you.
It's you. Once we get our more pressing goals out of the way, I wasn't sure what to do with myself. I've been thinking about the UG village. In some ways, there's no better place for my son to finally rest. But I've been away for so long. I can't say if they'll still accept me. I'm practically a stranger now. Let's just go and see.
Yes.
Right then. I suppose I'll stop wasting time dithering and get myself ready. The place is just east of Martira. The village is hidden, so I'd prefer to be quiet and carefully approach by carriage. I'll guide us.
In days gone by...
Hasn't changed a bit. Yes, this is my hometown. Apologies for dragging you all this way.
Tadari!
Tadari, it's me, Heisme. I have returned, and I have something to discuss. I've known Tadari for a long time, you see. He is the leader of the village.
Just...
Although I should warn you now, you are not welcomed here. You might feel some hostility in the air.
Got it.
That doesn't bother me.
My thanks.
Thank you for bearing with me. Heisme, is that you? You're looking gray in the ears, my friend. As if the years were any kinder to you, Tadari. I heard you had left for the Royal Knights, but it is good to see you again. Who is this?
He is...
This is Kane, a traveling companion of mine. He is standing in for the Tournament of the Throne. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Wait, is that why you've come back to the village?
No.
No, I came to see the cemetery. I'm trying to find a place where my son can rest. Ah, your boy's gone on ahead then. He passed away before I could bring him here. At the very least, I could not let him rest somewhere with him. I might let him rest somewhere with a view of the village. He loved running in the wind with the wind in his face. Surely, I thought, he'd like the hill. I know it's not something the villagers would easily accept, but...
Yes.
I see. Well, it sounds like a wonderful idea to me. But you know the cemetery is sacred to the village. I fear you might be right. I'm not certain how they'll respond. To allow me to take the urn, I imagine that seeing it will prompt their cordiality, if not sympathy.
Please.
All right. Thank you.
Here.
I always used to train here when I was young. Look closely. You'll see this tree is riddled with claw marks. You know, because my claws that left them brings back memories. Of course, having shaken the tree, I'd get a swarm of bugs coming down on my head. And of course, I'd go whinging to Tadari about it. So even you were a cute kid once, huh? Having trouble imagining it. The villagers are here. They watch us from the shadows. If you focus and listen, you'll hear them too. He didn't leave voluntarily. He was stripped of his knighthood, wasn't he? And now he wants his child buried here. The boy wasn't even born in the village.
Oh.
Do you hear? It sounds like you're not welcome here.
Well,
Exactly within my expectations, then. If they decline, let's withdraw without a fuss.
Heisman.
I've explained the situation to the younger villagers. Seemed like no one has any problems with giving your son a place here. Indeed. Thank you. Master Tadari! The urn of bones! It's gone! What? What is the meaning of this? A fallen knight brings shame to the village. A fallen knight brings shame to the village. Hear a voice from somewhere. Tadari is just too afraid to refuse him. That's all.
Hey!
I can hear your every word! I'm sorry, Heisme. I cannot excuse the villagers' behavior. The village hasn't changed a bit. Still rejecting outsiders. Still shutting themselves away. Maybe I should have expected this. I have left this place behind. I've become an outcast. Maybe losing my son again is what I deserve. Still, you stood for me. You spoke in anger on my behalf. That is my soul's salvation. I can feel Heisme's profound sorrow and strong trust. Jesus!
My thanks.
Scion skill. Increase inheritance of thief lineage by 2. More skills can now be inherited by the thief by the effect of Scion skill. I shall search the village entire. Shall I search the village entire? No stone unturned. Doubtless that intrusion will only further offense, but I haven't time to waste.
I apologize.
You have my sincerest apologies. I shall take responsibility and find the urn. It is my duty as chief. No, as one who would see justice done. There is an unease in the village. For today, I think it best you leave. Very well. Very well. Ugh. Well, I kind of got Heisme's voice to stick that time a little better. Heisme and I returned to the village and returned to the gun runner in silence. Those absolute monsters!
King draws nearer.
Forgot how evil they were doing that. Jesus. I get it, phone. Shish.
I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance.
Oh.
So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted. We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition. A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martira. They might not even come out of it with a head.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular.
Wait.
Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now.
Hold on, I just thought of something. So Batlin's here. Batlin was with Godot earlier. He was with the warrior monk. How'd he get back to Grand Trad? Hold on. I just thought of that. And then, if he's here, how's he get to Brielhaven in 4 days? Is he using a Skyrunner with, like, Sanctifex Forden or something? That's a little bit of a plot hole. Hold on. Sorry, just thought about that for a moment.
With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing.
Yep.
Bound to have his eminence Forden grinding his teeth at. For now, let's enjoy the show.
Yep, and that's the thing. It's independent of this election in its entirety.
Right, everyone. Farewell said. Particulars packed.
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you.
Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Yes. Splendid. Just magnificent.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
With friends like these.
Stroll, don't
Now
worry.
then.
Next, Port Brielhaven, the capital of the Principality of Oceania. If we punch it south out of Martira, we'll make it in, oh, I'd say 3 nights, 4 days or so. Oh, Katharina again. And there she be.
Whoa!
Wow, that's Port Brielhaven.
Oh, hey!
What sort of place is Port Brielhaven exactly? It is a large city of prosperous commerce. Due to no small part of the oceanside proximity, I envision droves of people will pour in from the exhibition. All the people delayed by the landslide might be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, nurse? Why, I never. Who do you think you're talking to? Leave it to me. Next stop, Port Brielhaven, capital of Oceania. Let's get moving.
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the Gauntlet Runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Brielhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim?
Or what? We will see. Oh, water stake. Gotta remember.
What to pick?
3 days until we reach Brielhaven. Okay. So, basically, every time we go on the Gauntlet Runner now, we need to cook a meal. We already cooked the curative coney roast, though. So, it's time to cook something else. So I will cook some invincible noodles, because that'll be useful too. Let's get Heismay to help us. I originate from a town that specialized in the production of grain. Consequently, I'm quite confident in its use in all culinary matters. Oh wait! Oh my god, I just noticed something. His little portrait doesn't have his shoulder pads now. Oh, that's good. Whenever he's not in his full combat attire, it actually showcases properly. I'd rather adept at making dough from flour as well. I shall let you in on a secret. A good chef always listens to their dough. The dough is ever evolving due to the temperature and humidity of the room. Thus, one may make fine adjustments to the amount of water based on present conditions. Or must. I followed Heismay's lead and began kneading the flour into dough. Once the dough has been properly formed... Wait, hold on. Once the dough has been properly formed, we must put our whole weight into flattening it out completely. This technique ensures the best texture. I trust you to lead us into the fray, but in this task, I fear there is none I trust beyond myself. Okay.
Alright.
Too much heat will impede the development of its texture. For now, we must enlist our eyes and noses as scouts, tasked with alerting us of the proper time to strike. Oh my god, Heismay. These noodles, they're cooked to perfection. The smell alone is mouth-watering.
In days gone by...
Invincible noodles, the taste of my hometown. The aroma invites nostalgia and hunger in equal measure. Victory! Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. Now, the guide would have said to make the curd of coney roast, but since I already made that, and I technically don't want to make a recipe that is in advance of what I should technically have available, I'm not doing the coney stew or everything, so I don't get too ahead of what the guide is, because that was only available to me because of pantry stuff. Because of the briny salt that I got a couple of times from here. Ooh, gauntlet shrooms and rock beans. Happily take them. Okay. Now,
What now?
I don't have a guide for this one, but I'm just going to tell you this right now. I've wound up learning this because of watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Nico B, play this game. If you do any of the activities with your followers here that give you stats, just quick save beforehand, because your results are entirely dependent on your answer. Not only for mag acquired, because you do get a little bit of mag for doing this, but you actually get more stats if you pick the right answer and get the most magla out of it. So, highly invest in doing that, is what I'd recommend. Hey Kane, good timing. I was thinking about doing some maintenance on my weapons. You got time, why not join me? It's as refreshing as the mind is for battle. Help me improve my focus and hone my courage. So, I can't remember if this is my first time doing it or not, which is why I'm doing this, because I think the first time is a guaranteed, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. But after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. Oh, right, yeah, this is the first one. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined household to its former glory. Not just mine, all the ruined homes, or hometowns.
Hey!
How about you? I share my plan. Let's hear yours. What do you do when the fight's sure? I'd like to help you with rebuilding. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear it, to tell you the truth. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if we're attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it to spineless army and incompetent generals. It's only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like wheelies.
Look at that.
I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree. Seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain. Truly. You've resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Ha! Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such conviction. How does one become so bold?
No.
I do have my moments where I waver. I suppose we all do. You manage to keep a cool head when you do, unlike me. That's why you're our captain. All is to say, I have faith in you. The more battles ahead, and I'm counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but it's the one being chosen. I wonder who will end up being after all this. Anyways, this sword is shining like new. Let's finish this up. For carrying my weapon, I fortified my will to fight has increased my courage.
Now then.
And courage level 3! I am now fearless! Courage. It's one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, kindle the flame thy courage and ignite the hearts of thy people. The conqueror needs this precious kindling which the follower's passions may be inflamed. I spent some time with Stroll honing our weapons. 15,000, not bad. Or 1,500.
The party sets off for Martira. As they watch the setting sun sink under the horizon, their gauntlet runner arrives in a land grown thick with trees. The wildlife retreats to safety before the sunlight fades, leaving only deafening silence. The anticipation that follows a journey's beginning swells in their hearts.
Grove Camp. Ooh, a red one.
Oi!
Hey, have you heard? There's a bath cask on the back deck now. I've had enough whinging about not being able to bathe, so I whipped something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. No doubt it would shake too much while we're traveling, but it'd be lovely to enjoy a soak while we stop.
Speaking of,
I heard that in certain regions, fruits and grasses are added to bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase? We now use the cask, and now acquire mag.
the breeze.
But
3 more days to go. And a Dream Eater Moth. Okay, so I can spend some time on imagination with them, or go cook the critical meatballs. And imagination with Heisme as well, so it seems. Time to cook critical meatball. Critical meatball. Oh god, this meat. We considered the topic for quite a while, but it's not true that meat tastes better when consumed by the mouthful, rather than via tiny polite bites. It is my preferred method, as you can luxuriate in the full texture while increasing one's jaw strength. The logic behind cutting meat into smaller pieces eludes me. I prefer only the most restrained application of seasonings as well. It is best to let the ingredients' natural flavors thrive. If animals must forfeit their lives to sate our hunger, then at least we can do is honor them by a taste of full glory in their sacrifice. Started preparing food with Hulkenberg, making sure to follow her minimalist method with the ingredients. So we chose prime ingredients on this day. I dare say this meal will be quite exquisite when it is complete.
Good.
A pleasing aroma, is it not? That indescribable critically belies the dish's depths. Ugh. Depth. That's so novel and unique. Never tasted anything like this. And I may never again.
Alright.
The critical meatballs are complete. An enchanting aroma, is it not? Sure, Hulkenberg. How do you know how to cook? Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. That's no offense to Hulkenberg, but I think I agree with Stroll. I think her taste has changed in her surviving methods that she had to focus on. Oh, there's some seeds. Hero fruit seed.
Hey. Later.
Hero fruit seed. I'd love to do that, but that is a thing for later. Bygone days. Methodical, precise handwriting leads me to believe this is Heisme's. It appears to be a record of his life with his son. I haven't started reading it yet. Heisme left it here. I wonder if it's okay to read. Read this, I should gain more tolerance. Should I spend some time reading the book? Yeah. This one also doesn't have any questions or anything. This is just Heisme's account with his son. Though sparse and objective, the words still manage to visually depict the enduring qualities of a small child. He writes on the days his son took his first step, the first words his son spoke, the time his son nearly ripped off his ear off climbing all over him, of worrying about his son not eating his vegetables, of his son refusing to stop crying at night, of being so exhausted he'd fall asleep in places without realizing it. I see, being a parent brought him a lot of struggles, but even more than that, it brought him joy. Warmth rises within me. I feel like my tolerance has improved.
All right.
tolerance. Still more left in the book. Pick it up from here next time.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Cook.
That reminds me.
Arrive at the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Hazme, you've been enacted in a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that it doesn't get carried off by the wind. I am confident that it will take more than that to pull the tent apart. Though, I suppose some caution is warranted.
Speaking of,
Worst case scenario, you got wings. You can just fly back to us, no? My young friend, where did you hear that Ujif are capable of flight? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. Arbus Day, heck yeah. A few more days till Port Brielhaven. Give me them ingredients. What we got? Rock beans and gauntlet shrooms again. We got them beans! Oh god, no, I just got reminded of something. Me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans! Man, I haven't seen that meme in a while, but, you know, that's a thing that existed. Want to make something? If so, you want to try having everyone teach you their culinary specialty. Okay. So today it would say, make invincible noodles. I'm gonna make coney stew.
Let's check.
I'm gonna save the magical bread for later, because the magical bread uses the Dream Eater moth. Meat with a bit of chew could be nice, but I prefer a brace low and slow. When it melts the moment it hits your tongue. Oh, truly exceptional. Though that method does take forever.
even so.
Still, time should not deter you from taste. Once you taste it, you want to keep doing it. Good thing we have speed cooking. Or somehow we do this with no time wasted at all. In preparing the food with Stroll. Season it well and then cook it until it starts to brown.
Got it?
Already looks good enough to eat, but we must endure.
Got it.
And all that's left is to soak in the flavor. You must control the heat carefully now to keep your eyes on the prize. You're almost surely whetting your appetite, but don't give in. The juice is precious. Not a single drop can be wasted. Amazing, the dish Stroll and I made is dripping with flavor and depth. That's a coney stew. Nicely done, if I do say so myself. You earned the first taste, I say. Heck yeah. Thank you, Stroll. Speed cooking, I cooked without time passing.
What now?
Okay, I have the distinct feeling. Oh. Hold on. Let me actually check. Is it today or tomorrow that we're gonna run into Katharina? Okay, so let me just double check and make sure that. Oh, nope. Let me make sure that, Ooh. Yeah, Lurking Nightblade. Get the assassin's move on the thief. Make it a little bit tougher while he's doing that. Oh, right. Everyone can get the Trickster and Gunner now. You know what? I got enough mag. I could justify getting most of these. But you know what? I'm gonna save it. Because I'm crazy. Because I'm gonna need that mag, actually. Okay, cook the thing, go to the bookshelf, read Bygone Days. Oh, right, we're gonna finish Bygone Days over the course of the travel there, basically. Because it's only 3 reads per book. Through the sparse and ejected birds, man vividly depicts the enduring qualities of a small child. Describes how Heisman and his son running through the fields together on a beautiful sunny day. You can almost hear their carefree cries of laughter. At one point, Heisman loses sight of his son, only to find he'd climbed a tall tree. Heisman is mortified, until the boy nimbly jumps down just as his father would have. I see. Being a parent brought him lots of struggles, but even more than that, it brought him joy. Yep, the warmth inside fills me. I've gained more tolerance. Still more to read. I'll pick it up next time.
Nura speaking.
This is Norris. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so you'll be taking a short stop.
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magla crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brielhaven. However, the promise of strong magla drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain. And with the promise of abandoned riches, followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
Yep. City ruins. Oh boy. Tis truly a harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles on the very bones as I consider what could have occurred here. Stroll. Something wrong, lad? Did the gauntlet runner get the best of your stomach again?
No.
No, sorry, it's just reminded me of something unpleasant.
Well then.
Let's call it a day and head back.
Thanks.
I appreciate the concern, but really, I'll be fine. I know what destroyed this village. I've no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Indeed, the scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right. I don't know if the magla crystals are what attracted the humans here or if the attack caused them, but my hometown will eventually... Stroll. I make no assumptions of what runs through your mind, but I would ask you to recall the time when you cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives within.
That's why.
Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come where both this place and your homeland will flourish once again. Yeah. Yes, I suppose you're right. I feel like coming to face with such a cruel decline of the village has deepened my wisdom in its own way. Yeah? Make you see the harsh reality. Ugh, my stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So I guess Norris can read the room when he wants to, huh? Let's put this place behind us.
Here.
By the by, I made another drawing. The picture will bring the viewers no joy, but it's an important sight to document, nevertheless. Take the drawing to ensure I never forget what happened here. Fudge.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
Blackwood Camp. Oh, another... Day after tomorrow we'll be in the real maritime town. Bet we'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for both of us. Another Dream Eater moth. Nice. Lucky, lucky. Ooh, Heisme with imagination. Stroll's kind of not in the mood to talk about imagination because, seeing that village definitely made him, melancholic, to put the light. Magical bread. I guess by this point they were expecting us to get a Dream Eater moth.
Alright.
From Heisme's hometown, let's cook it.
Understood?
You may not cut many corners if you like cooking. However, we do not cook merely to fill our bellies. Or as you like when you're cooking, sorry. No, we cook to partake of a good meal. We mustn't neglect learning how to achieve that end.
Knowing that,
The quality of your results will directly reflect the focus you put into the process. Training with a blade is no different. I followed Heisme's lead and began kneading the flour into dough. Once the dough is satisfactory, you throw your weight into stretching it.
Here we go.
Your foot goes forward, like this. Etch this into your memory. Only for you, Heismay. Oh, the sweat tells of a battle hard fought. Our final trial yet awaits. Calm your mind. Instruct to remove it with no less than perfect timing. Amazing! We made a springy and delicious looking bread.
In days gone by,
I present you with the taste of my hometown with this magical bread. Our efforts shall make the most delicious, so be sure to savor it. Delicious food. Thanks to speed cooking, we cooked without time passing. Victory! Heck yeah! Okay, what am I doing? Cook magical bread. Oh, right, finishing out Heismay's book. Bygone days. Gotta read while we can. Though sparse and objective, the words managed to visually depict the enduring qualities of a small child who recalls the time his son came to him in tears, upset he couldn't sing a certain song well. They ended up singing other songs together through the night until falling asleep. The next morning, Heismay awoke to his son, eyes still swollen from crying last night before, singing the song he'd been trying to learn, a birthday song for his father. I see, being a parent, a lot of lots of joy and a lot of struggle.
Alright.
My tolerance has improved. And with that, we finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened. More tolerance. More tolerance.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Medals Day, and then Idols Day.
Quite.
Ah, the salty yet strangely refreshing aroma of seawater is already upon us. At this rate, we could reach Brielhaven by tomorrow. Seawater? I thought so. The air feels a lot more clammy, so I assume that's what it was. And now we put the forest behind us at long last, and must mean that we've already ventured beyond where that cliff collapsed, barring passage.
I see.
It would seem that we had fixed whatever trace of its ruin, and speaking of ruin, Nurse, do you remember we were relying on you for the safe passage the rest of the way? Do remember. Okay. Tomorrow we should be able to see the ocean. Nurse said the waters around Brielhaven are kind of strange. I'm curious what he meant by that. Okay, more pantry. Do. Some pristine water and mori curry meat. I wonder who left them. We should use them for cooking.
Got it.
Go to the washroom. Okay, so actually today it did say to try and cook the corny stew if you had the means to. I don't have the means to cook anything else, so I'm just gonna leave all these ingredients to use for later. So, because I can easily cook a bunch of meals next. Go to the bookshelf and read New World Travel Diary for some more imagination. Actually, do I have the ability to talk with one of my followers for imagination, maybe? It's 4 points of imagination is what I'm looking for. Oh. Wrong part of the gauntlet runner. That was Heismay's new tent area that he put up there. This is what I was looking for. I'm gonna see if I can get some imagination with, nope. Guts or courage or nothing. Or wisdom. Unless, of course, there's a way to hang out with well, Nurse is probably wisdom. But you know what? Let's do a check. It'd be kind of neat to do something different than what the guide suggests for the sake of... Oh, right. Nurse is in the front of the ship. What am I saying? He would not be available. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so if I want imagination, I do have to read the book. Which, trying to follow the guide to learn what I can, so. New World Travel Diary. This is just, getting more imagination, so nothing specific. Just skip through that, because nothing happens. A little bit closer to 3 imagination. Here we go.
Gauntlet runner sighted!
Enemies coming our way! Or so I thought. Looks like that Missy's Gauntlet Runner's coming at us this time.
Hey!
Hey, you lot! Yeah, you on the Gauntlet Runner over there. You're not being king on my watch. I've got a short fuse, you know. That means you don't come out right now. Kaboom! So, the young miss says, I'm hoping you lot are willing to act?
Certainly.
Don't worry. We won't take this lying down. Wait, they're coming on board the other end? Now we have to accept their challenge. Okay, here we go. Hi, Catherine.
So we meet again. Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback.
Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Ooh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people
I love her.
are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
No worries. Clear off! Bombardier!
Looks like
Now
you've got
accept your fate.
So have we.
Nothing personal. What a blunder.
Last chance
Couldn't
to give
steal.
Up.
Try a middle east!
Oh, power of kings.
So have we.
Now, what's the play?
Oh. I meant to restart, because I'm going to keep doing this until I steal the item from her. Because her item's actually really good. Tekken! A reference to Tekken. Let's go, baby!
Come forth, royal soul. I'll be taking that.
Give me that mag, baby.
Oh, power of heroes.
Lurking
I
Nightblade.
shall vanquish evil. Merchant. Sorry.
Give me that debt. Yo, money's mine. Tiger Eruption Fist. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. That hurt. I was hoping. Oh, thank God she missed one of us. Thank God she missed Stroll.
I'll use what I must.
Warrior. Burn to ash. I won't hold back. I'll be taking
Debt
that.
collection.
Blade in hand.
I owe you.
Much thanks.
Thanks.
Lurking Nightblade.
No holding back.
Keep it up, Stroll. Let's do this fair and square.
Better be sure.
Actually, do I have... I could actually give myself another use of this if I want to. It wouldn't be getting an unscathed bonus, but you know what? Do I? Nah. Nah. Nah, just
Still here?
hit her with gold.
Why are you so strong, damn you? But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped.
Crushing Fist. Woo! Thank you, Heisme. Lurking Nightblade. Really good move, by the way, guys. Damage and evasion down. Or, damage and hit rate down on the enemy. Hit her with money. I'm sorry. I beat you with the thing that the Parapus needed the most, and I just realized how horrible that is. I just realized how horrid that is. I just beat her with money.
This isn't supposed to happen.
It's okay, Katharina. You're still an amazing fighter. I just happen to be an archetype user. There's a difference.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
Mother of God.
Nice.
Multiple
I feel
leaves of
stronger
light.
already.
I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Heck yeah. Thank you, Katharina. 136. I've made bank.
I've lost.
Ah, damn it. I lost again. If I could just beat you, I'd ask you to join me. But that power of yours is really something. You Rest easy, because I will win next time. Stop preparing now. You got that? Oh boy. Katharina! Cheer up!
Yeah?
Saw you on the runner, so I followed you. You're as tough as they say. Oh, Eurydice. What do you think I am exactly? Ah, pardon me. I know perfectly well you're the great Katharina Gran. Everyone here knows. In fact, the hopes are pinned on you.
Oh.
All these people migrating to find work, even though it might kill them in the end.
Hmm?
What other options do parapists like them have? Might be dangerous, but you gotta break some eggs to make an omelette. Eurydice, wait. Take this. See if you can't stop everyone from leaving for now.
Hey!
Good news, you lot. Katharina has made a generous donation. Oh, thank you. Now we can eat for once.
Listen to me!
Listen, everyone, I know these times are trying, but this kind of work ain't the answer. If you can hold on just a little longer, I swear, I'm gonna set you things right for us.
Well then.
Now, there we are. We believe in you, Katharina! I earned that money slaying a monster just a few days ago. It's meant to be the start of my royal campaign fund. Small price to pay for helping out my people, but it'll last them, what, a few weeks at most? They'll be heading out to find work in no time. Can't just fathom dying to earn a living. And the fat cats are all too happy to when the parapists take them up on it.
I'll make it happen.
When I'm in charge, the first thing I'm going to do is offer bounties on their bloody heads, then squeeze us dry. I'll squeeze them back, dry right back. Will handing out money make this better? Got no clue myself, but I have to try something.
But
even now, tons of those people aren't going to survive, and I can't tell who aren't eating today to wait until tomorrow while I think of something. I was just lucky, you know, I had the strength to push through and survive. The truth is, most people don't have that kind of strength. They need someone to provide it for them.
that's why.
You should know better than most. Those who can act gotta take action. If they don't, nothing in this bloody world's gonna change. They'll stay as rotten as it is. So when you say there's nothing to be done, they only say that because the parapists are right when they want them beneath everyone. Hold on. Huh. Weird. I just checked something in my thing and it's not working the way I thought it would. They couldn't have the parapists start doing it for themselves. They'll start to shake the solid ground they're standing on. Just have this twisted world just as it is.
Sure.
Let's change things ourselves. That's exactly what I plan to do. Oh. I meant to do the last one. Whoops. Doing Kane. Anyone take the throne, now it's time to do it. I mean, I can't just stand by it either. Much obliged. I meant to do the last. Take these monsters down. Oops. Kinda just... biscuits and gravy. The loyal hunter. Katharina, keeper and inheritor of the brawler's virtues. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumber within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by thy strength fulfill thy destiny.
I'm not letting anyone die.
The party can now study the pugilist. Bounty bonus. Battens the coin purse rewards of each city's recruitment center. You now study the pugilist in academia. Try and see what new powers await you. Recruitment center rallies have increased due to the effects of bounty bonus. Next time I see you, I'll be taking you down for sure, so don't go dying on me. 450, yeah, not too much.
As the shadows are stretched to their limits before darkness takes them, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a balmy wetland. Nocturnal creatures who lay dormant beneath the fens in the light rise to seek out their prey. Meanwhile, the party rests their weary souls, fatigued by the long journey, under the protection of the Gauntlet Runner.
muddy camp. Oh, another dream. Looking forward to seeing what kind of place Brielhaven is. Another Dream Eater moth. More imagination. Okay, so technically, it's saying to go and read the New World Travel Diary. I could do that. I could theoretically do that and get more, but it seems like everyone else has an imagination thing as well. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go up and see where Heisme is. I bet he's up here. And you know what? Yeah.
What now?
I'm gonna save and do this. I don't want to have to redo Katharina's thing in the fight, even though it could be nice to somehow get maximum amount of BS-ly power out of it. Heisme, hello then. We've got altogether too much time on our hands. Why don't we take a little rest and talk a moment? No trace of enemies around, by my eyes. Peaceful for now, which means we get a little break. Recalling the past and planning for the future with Heisme, maybe I could hone my imagination. Yeah, let's spend some time. I want to see what this is. Get 4 points of imagination from this still?
Grief.
Goodness, time to bid farewell to Martina, isn't it? Couldn't help but feel the connection to that place. The village from where I originally hailed is not far from Martina. The air there agrees with my skin more than Grand Trad's.
That's right.
It's nice and quiet in Martira. Yes, on this subject in particular, we are in full agreement. Speaking of which, where is your hometown? I've heard before that you received this message from the hidden village where His Highness the Prince resides. Ah, right, my apologies. I didn't mean to ask such carelessness. Your tribe faces even harsher prejudice than the Ujif. I will not pry if you'd rather not discuss it. Though there are none alive who wouldn't want to forget certain aspects of their past, myself included. But is it truly the case, then perhaps it is not one's past that defines their character, but what they do in the present and the future. If you're all to face the future together, then perhaps someday we could find ourselves living in a world resembling the one from the novel you carry. Let my imagination grow with Heisme as we discuss the challenge that's ahead of us. Perfect! 4 points of imagination. Exactly what I needed. And because I'm ahead on Moore's thing, I'm ahead of where the guide expects me to be with imagination rank 3.
Imagination.
One of the virtues a ruler must possess. True sovereignty, thy aspiration furnish thyself with the creativity of the ideal world thoughts through fruition. We need such precious kindling to inspire our followers. I'm glad to have such an opportunity to converse. It is a good night's rest evades you, then I will keep you company in its stead. See? Good old Papa Heisme. Heisme's such a good dad figure. Heisme and I talked for a while. Ooh, in 600 mag, not bad.
And the age of a new king draws nearer.
And Idol's Day, okay. La-ba-dee, la-ba-doo, la-da-da.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Captain.
What?
Rise and shine, what? Almost there.
I'm awake.
Brielhaven. It's been a while.
You've been before.
My parents took me once when I was a boy. I remember the day we arrived, and waking up to the smell of the ocean. The place was crowded beyond belief. Everything was so different from our hometown in the countryside.
I felt much the same when I reached the royal capital. Quite a sight compared to my little village, with naught but fields and mountains.
To be sure. And where are you from, Hulkenberg?
You cannot guess? Surely Montario in the east. Why, the Hulkenbergs are one of that nation's most prominent aristocratic houses, if not foremost among them.
You don't say.
Well, yes. Though I've no close relationship with my parents. I've hardly seen them since I left home.
I see. Suppose we've all come a long way, haven't we?
Seems we'll make it to the exhibition just in time.
With a master at the helm, you were bound to, eh?
I really hope Joanna shows up.
We resolved to trust her. So we simply watch and wait.
Right. Everyone set and steady? Welcome, ladies and gents, to the coastal crown jewel, Port Brielhaven.
Port Brielhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, the western annexed state of Uchronia. A vivacious city, Brielhaven is port of call to ships of both trade and war, bustling with hardy sailors. From the natural wonders caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength, people flock here to see the marvels of a city that never sleeps. The sea guides the Gauntlet Runner into the city, alongside a warm, salty breeze.
Here we are.
Wow! It's the ocean! Just look, there's water all the way to the horizon! It's kind of like the capital, but totally different!
Yes. The City of Water, Brielhaven.
Ha! Beautiful. Oh, that's Godot, and that's Scotter.
Sancta Godot,
Godot.
you've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think it'll stack up against your competitors?
With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands.
Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far.
Yeah, see, Battlin's already here. How did he do it?
Oh, here comes our mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will you?
Check something again.
Would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings.
Looks like Luis is still the only one with a sky runner, though.
No, I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it too. The Sanctist Church funded the Skyrunners to begin with. If you can call that flying, of course. All just piffling about with levitation magic. Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly. Just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make. You'll see, eh? One day, I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds.
Ooh, sorry, had to pop my neck, or attempt to.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I'll have you run in the sky with me. Mark my words.
If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies. If it isn't the walking headache. Well. No head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend?
You're referring to me, yes?
You're the man. This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty.
Oh.
You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses.
You know, so every so often, I'll take a notice to another detail when playing this game again. I see his earring this time around, which is interesting. It's like a dagger in his ear. But then I noticed I'd seen his igniter necklace before. I didn't see the barbed wire necklace that's essentially under that, as well as a regular necklace chain. This man has a style, to put it lightly. What is technically at the end of his necklace? I can't really tell from this distance.
Say what you wish. He is one of us. It is not his head we are offering.
Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector.
that was?
A candidate and one of Luis's henchmen. We don't exactly see eye to eye.
Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated.
Tomorrow is finally the exhibition to present all the heads. I really hope Joanna shows up.
You needn't all sleep here tonight, you know? I can stay and wait for the cavalry. Got to give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I?
Tis much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. Ah, and we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital.
Hope it's nothing too weird.
You've nothing to fear. Truly, I find most living things are edible.
You need higher standards, lady.
If you're sure, nurse, then we'll leave it to you. Me, I long for a proper bed.
So be it. Let's find ourselves some lodging.
To lodging! Away! Okay, so today is a discount day as well. So I should stock up. Deserve a real inn.
Oh, this blooming heat.
Okay, so
Yeah?
we won't be able to go back to the Gauntlet Runner. The swords are dangerous. What do you do if you hurt someone? First, insect, golden beetle. Unidentified corpse. Wonder if it drowned. The city is close to the ocean. Has to be a lot of accidents around here. Oh, here's this guy. Ustari candidate.
We haven't much time.
For Yufa, the island's people must change. To change them, I must first change the country. No one will heed the words of a pagan like me. Oh, he's mentioned his sister already. Interesting.
My money's on Santa Fe's fort.
My money's on not your fucking business, man. That Sanctifex ain't got nothing on me. And, well, I hate to say it, even Luis. Okay, another golden beetle. Sea breeze, merchant, arena front. Okay. We got some places to be. Okay.
God.
All right then.
We've got the Ujif merchant, which this person does things later. We've got the night magic shop over there. Actually, you know what?
Oh, there.
Whoa.
Magic shops are so strange. But let's double check. Okay, didn't add it to my thing.
My money's on Santa Fe's fort.
We'll see if it adds it during nighttime on the first chance we get, because we did technically go there. If not, I'll just get there later. But okay. So
Got a bar.
we got a bargain. We got a bargain, man. Cordial. I don't need that. Young man. Money.
Greetings. Well then.
Rider's anklet. Nope. Not today, buddy. Not what I need. Take this. That's the one on Merchant's Bazaar, near the Black Cat, and near the recruitment center is one. And then we'll have these weapon shops and stuff to look through in a moment. Actually,
All right then.
I bet I can't go back to the Gauntlet Runner, which is why I'm sad. Near the recruitment center. Oh, right there. Okay, so we got the Magla exchange. Merchant's rate mag has been increased. I've got 6 per now. Okay.
What is it?
Media. Oh wait, the guy's technically an Edia, huh? Let's get to the weapons and armor shops.
We've assailed.
Let me sell all that. Ooh, 8,000, nice. We got an accessory to appraise. Oh, Didn't even see what it was. Naval armor, Maximilian. Ooh, prevents paralysis. Small HP recovery every turn. Not bad, not bad. Increases evasion against strike. Well, you know, these things are on discount right now. Wait. Oh, right, this is gear. Yeah, absolutely want to get this Efiridil for Ismay then. Better agility increases his dodge chance. And his evasion is what I'm looking to up anyways. Actually, given circumstances, I might want to save up a few of those. Strength and magic.
Indeed.
Give that to Hulkenberg.
Good.
Oh, and I meant to give that to Stroll.
What now?
Okay, let me switch that up. Okay. Get that sorted out. Look at the equipment shop. And we'll see what I can get here.
This is on.
Ooh, guillotine blade against your giant type monsters. Ooh, fishing harpoon. Automatically start with increased attack. Fortune's bludgeon. Restores MP after defeating an enemy during a squad battle. Yes, please. Ah. Not much better. Guillotine blade is, and so is the fishing harpoon.
Ooh.
Okay, so I have so little money right now. I'm gonna do something. Next 2 days are nothing but stories, so I doubt that they'll even be available, but if they are, which doesn't look like they are anyways, so
Maybe there'll be a big upset.
I need Water's Day, and I need some decently bad weather, or I need to do it today, because it's what, 40,000 per. Okay, hold on.
Fancy you?
That would be enough to get me what I'm looking for, but there is a chance that I can get better rate, technically, on a bad weather day. So I'll hold off on this for now.
Beg pardon?
Oh, but, actually,
Really now?
I came to get the King's Rock Magla, please. That's coordination.
Hey,
Gap widened a bit. Gwix is back in third. Maybe it's because of the increasing favor over Sanctism. Oh, Godot's back in third. Take that happily.
yep.
Really now?
Okay, you know what? You know what? I will risk it for bad weather day, giving me even more. Oh. Choose elegance, choose beauty, choose Milo. The makeover our kingdom needs. I feel like people judge others by what's inside more than what's on the outside, but that's never gonna happen, is it? He got popular by looks alone. I suppose that shouldn't make him much of a threat. Okay, so we're gonna go
Well met, eh?
Aha.
to the arena front wharf, because there is a golden beetle here, and also the entomologist.
Such a bother.
Hey, you.
If I've collected all the golden beetles up to this point, I should have 16 of them, which I do. City ruins drawing. fruit. 3-meter moth. Oh, right. Cycle item types. I wonder. Oh, it can actually... Wait, hold on. If I do it... Oh, that is beautiful. If I do that from the top, I can just instantly go down to the items for leveling up archetypes. You cheeky game. That is great, actually. And then a little bit more warrior experience. And then the warriors set. But here we go. Mysterious old man. Oh ho! I do believe I know your face from somewhere. Huh? Wait, are you the old man who was in the giant sandworm's stomach? Oh, none other. How'd you get out? How'd you get out of that worm?
Truth be told.
Oh, I'd intend to prefer that worm's belly to be my final resting place, but after running into you grubs, I longed to see the outside world again. I just gave the worm a little poke with magic to loosen up its belly. From there, it was no trouble at all. So you got out the same way we did. Anyway, I'm glad you're safe. But that's neither here nor there. Tell me, have you seen some glowing beetles anywhere, have you? They're strange and wondrous insects, luminescent with the golden light of Magla. If you do have any, I'm sure to take them off your hands. A glowing bug? I feel like we've captured at least one. Oh, this is it. A genuine golden beetle. I must reward you for your efforts. Here, take this. Arcane dragon blood. Restores the Magla that surrounds your body. Maybe you'll find some use for it yet. Wow, it's incredible. Are you sure you want to exchange it for a worthless bug? Just who are you? I'm just an old man for passion with insects. I only end up being in the worm's stomach because I was too absorbed in catching specimens to notice my surroundings. You're traveling all over the country, are you not? If you find more golden beetles, could you bring them to me? If you hear that familiar chittering, give the area a quick look. Collect 12 of them, and I'll give you this Venom Ward charm next. Collect to bond. Oh, I see you return. You found any golden beetles?
Hey there.
Yep, we have some of the bugs. Here you go. Oh, let's see how many. An excellent golden beetle delivery. This is a great boon for my research. Here, as promised. First piece of gold equipment, baby! Venom Ward charm! This is a tremendously useful item that protects you from dragon's poison. Well, not that I've ever tried it myself.
Maybe.
Sure have some items that protect you from dragons. You're no regular bug researcher, are you? Oh, sure. But you see, the golden beetles here have a slight difference shine depending on the Magla where it lives. Right now, all I'm doing is attempting to solve that mystery. There's no golden beetles hiding out there. If you find any more, please bring them to me. Find another 13, make it 25 total. I'll give you these claw breakers in exchange.
Understood.
Got it. We'll find more. We'll bring them to you. With their old eyes and joints, I simply cannot catch them myself. I'm counting on you. Okay. So, 25 total. Now that we've got that sorted. Yes, fancy a ride? To the Inns District, please. Take me to the Inns, baby. Okay. There's Jin. Oh, he's here.
Whoa.
Really seen the king's face from here, huh? I realized 'twas slowly moving, but its coming to Brielhaven was beyond my expectations. I wonder why it came.
Yes.
I do suspect to keep a watchful eye over the top candidates. It's evident that it's being observed as we're seeing from the coronation run. Maybe it's actually for the better. Seeing that thing in the sky makes everyone think about the king's future.
Then.
Anyway, we better get to finding an inn we can stay at. Okay, we talked to more, just to get the academia presents.
What is it?
Oh, this is a Loveless poster! A bar on every block, a flagon on every hand, the Rex Downs on Loveless. He's thinking becoming king was something like that. I doubt he was thinking. He didn't get him through the tournament, so I can't write him off.
Stop that at once.
What is it you require?
You there. Have a look at one of my supporters, are you? Who are you again? You truly haven't heard of me? Oh, I'm shocked, and yet how lucky you are to be granted the princess of the exquisite form for the first time. Beauty is all in my creed, and more than anything, a king should be beautiful, should he not? And whichever inn I choose for my beautiful rest will be worthy of my resplendent rest, like this golden coral pavilion. Alas, I doubt you would bless them with wealth enough to enjoy a room in such a lavish place as this. This guy's a jerk. I wouldn't want to stay in an inn full of people like him anyways. Oh, you're the one who gave the speech in Martyra. Guess we're both able to get it to safety to Brielhaven. Were you planning on staying at the inn? Unfortunately, there weren't any beds left. Because of this expedition, everything's full up, and after I told myself I was going to make sure to stay somewhere nice this time, too. So good, we'll have to look somewhere else. Oh wait, the gauntlet runner yours. You only had parked in the middle of Martyra. It had more powerful chassis than mine. Tell me, what sort of technology does it use? I don't really know. What a shame. You got inside without even knowing how it worked? You must be quite a talented engineer. You know, right? I'm a competitor too, and I'm very proud of my gauntlet runner. That means if you're stubborn and refuse to tell me, I can make you do it by force. Tell me about your gauntlet runner! Next round is on Loveless. This is the come one, come all in, is it? Look who's here! It's the elder fella from Martira, aren't you? Guess we got ourselves the marks for the expedition. I was hoping to stay at this inn. Sorry to disappoint you, because I got it tossed out of my ear by the innkeeper. Said it's already full, and the one calling itself the come one, come all in. Pfft, some joke, eh? Is there anywhere else to stay? Oh, there's 2 other inns nearby, and I'm hardly thrilled with either option. On the other side of the fountain is the Golden Corral Pavilion, where nobody wankers like Forden stay. The Parapus or an elder stay in there? Not bloody chance. And there's an inn past the Golden Corral, but that one's twice as pricey. Who says you'd find Luis then, naturally? Probably bought out the whole place for his rabble-rousing crew.
I guess.
You think so? We better avoid that one then. Not like we could afford it to begin with. As far as the other options go, there's a spider's den over by the tavern. Dodgy looking Jeep standing out front, smiling all creepy like. Puts me off just seeing there, so I'll pass. Besides, who needs an inn when there's a tavern? From this day on, I claim it as my castle.
Huh?
I doubt you'll get to sleep in the tavern, you wouldn't anyways. Not this spider's den sounds much better. Then again, there's no point in getting to the Golden Corral, so we might quarrel, so we might have no choice. Let's go check it out. To the spider's den. To our place of rest. Oh, wait, there's Roger.
A tool of the state.
Well met, young elder. I saw you earlier in Martira. Impressive as you did in that town. I don't know, don't you mind, but the noble behind all the abductions is exactly the kind of thing those rich bastards. But was it a noble? It's not that simple. So I'm right, you mean? I knew it. Those nobles love nothing more than to fatten themselves up on other people's coins. In my speech, didn't you? We don't need taxes, laws, or gods. Only freedom. In essence, those who earn most of their merits are the winners. You and I will be battling out to decide that soon. I mean, wrong and not wrong at the same time. Sometimes. Oh, on the hunt for lodging, are we? I've got a spare room available. I wouldn't refuse service to anyone. My rooms are affordable to all. Criminals? Persecuted tribes? Oh, no, I wouldn't dream of turning business
Enjoy
away.
your stay.
Feel free to have a look for the accommodations. You can discuss payment afterwards. This place really seems shady, but we might as well look at the room. Here we go.
Well, should have figured they'd be out of the upper rooms with all the travelers in town.
'Tis a far cry from the runner, at least. I am full glad to stretch my legs again.
Also, that's a big-ass bug.
Did you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous.
Oh, pull yourself together. It's just a insect.
Listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs, surely.
Hence the hut.
That's why you lived in that hut.
More importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings.
Right. We meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime. The guilt of a sanctoress, especially of her status, will guilt Forden by association. That should make an impression on Luis.
Yet for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she will join us?
We have to trust her.
We have to trust her.
She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child. At least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least.
And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place.
If it comes to that, you've still got my head for the dais. After all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper.
Balderdash will not sacrifice an innocent life for our victory. But your offer speaks highly of your spirit.
Right. We've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head on.
Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs. Listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all.
Oh, haha, very funny. But I guess good info is important. Let's go check it out.
What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflected that.
Milo's igniter is in the shape of a fucking rose. My god, that's garish as hell.
Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit.
With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop...
Oh, sorry about that. I just realized I had a typo somewhere. Trying to fix that. Boop.
An ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together, we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty.
I love you, Lord Milo! I love you forever!
Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow.
What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right.
You'd rather wait for a king who was always right, then?
Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars. Without military power, the crown's voice means nothing. When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with the Rousant tribe at its head. Our tribes, our status, they mean something. You could stray from a monolith, but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command. Hear, hear! For Rousant pride!
What pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful.
When I'm queen, all the land's corrupt upper classes will be wanted men. We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open. Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavy coffers will be a head lighter. We'll split their fortunes and toast to our health.
Preach it, Katharina! You just what this land needs!
Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne, then?
Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out.
These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis.
Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Poor blighters are afraid of losing to Sanctifex Ford.
You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags.
I confess, I know not how to feel. 'Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the street in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom.
Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument.
When I'm king, pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round. Woo! Next round's on Loveless.
Let fools be content with their fool dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining.
Most powerful? Doesn't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you another one of Luis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master.
Always about that goddamn Luis. I've been in the guard just as long as he has, you swine.
Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition.
That lad there, he's an elder, isn't he? Are you a candidate too? Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. You'll not stand a chance.
Pay him no mind. I A drunk's words weigh nothing.
Wow, there are fish swimming in front of the store.
Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chefs will prepare it for eating.
I admit, I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain?
Here we go. That's not a delicious looking fish. I caught some weird and creepy looking creature.
Is that really edible? It doesn't look quite, natural.
By
Also
all means,
moving.
let us try it.
Did she even look at it?
Why, tis delicious.
Yeah, of course.
The aroma of the sea simply floods the mouth. Ah, and what splendid crunch it has.
I guess I'll try a bite. I mean, they wouldn't let us fish up anything outright inedible. I hope.
Oh boy. Mustn't be picky.
At least we'll die together.
Well, who's the one who suggested
At least we'll
fishing?
die together.
Right. The noble thing to do is see it through. Ugh. It's rather slimy for my liking.
I said nothing since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first?
'Tis fine enough without, I say.
You need way higher standards, lady.
Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I'm Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me. Sounds like you made a hell of a splash in Martira, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively.
With a problem like that, I had to do something.
Well, the rest of the candidates had to find themselves ahead for the lineup. Rather struck me when you all broke away from the pack so soon. So, do you have a head ready?
Well, let's see. Got a head right here, I suppose.
Talking about the fish or Heisme is my
Lips
question.
sealed, huh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then. Especially considering the diversity of your little party. I've always preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So, I'll have a keen eye out for you. All right?
That crier's an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter. Who is he?
He's a man, a myth, a legend.
Rumor has it
I don't
that
know.
young candidate hasn't brought ahead. Wonder what he's playing at.
Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world, poor lad.
I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Keep it under your hats, chums. But his power may rival Count Luis. I think he's just the ingredient we need to spice this race up a bit.
Right. Just got back from the pub, did you?
You wound me. Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself.
Joan and Barden should reach the... Oh, I imagine they will aim to find us in our Gauntlet Runner. Nura ought to be there to greet them. When the day dawns, we should head to the Gauntlet Runner. Okay. So we are going to quickly go through the events of tomorrow. And probably call it a night. Because I've got some other stuff I want to prioritize soon. So rest well. Being, as I've gotten back into World of Warcraft, I've got some stuff I want to do in there.
King draws nearer.
Unfortunately, no Idol's Day luck boost this time around. Sadness. Excuse me. Oh. Yes!
The man sloshed. Again.
What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind?
Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet.
Oh, I feared this might happen. And we've no other head to offer the judges. 'Tis a precarious position.
Let's all stay calm, all right?
Ah! I'm going to splash some water on my face.
Hulkenberg gets a
My
scare in the
sincerest
bathroom
apologies.
again.
I wasn't expecting anyone to come in. You see,
How did you come to be here? Explain yourself! Is something the matter, Barden?
They were here the whole time?
I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room, contemplating my final day as a sanctress.
Sir Nuris over there very decently let us in to wash up.
I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a ballet thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it.
The bottle's barely any emptier. Was a drop really all it took to get you drunk? Oh, please do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished.
I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves. In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely, in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that.
Thank you. Truly, I've felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity of purpose.
The fog, huh?
Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne.
Oh, sorry. Checking up on something IRL for a moment.
Yes, I intend to.
Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil.
At last, it seems our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit.
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. Our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table, starting with his and her highnesses of Oceania and Montario.
Oh, it's her ladyship. Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there? A general, is he?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church, better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus!
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
Brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all. This city sure has, great seafood. And, well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? There's so much we still don't know about them. Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that. But we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still not much of a public speaker, are you?
So she's a saint?
Well, she seems like a nice enough lady.
We better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church. Godot, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy!
Big ass fish.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
A stand-up fellow, my good people! Strength and compassion in one package! He's got the crowd on his side right from the start! Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger! Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Gladel the Black Hound!
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human!
Where's your proof? Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really a human?
What drivel? Look at the thing! You think a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Gladel, we're very much obliged. You may step down. Now, on to the next!
Holy mother of God.
The size of that thing. Is that a monster of the Eastern Sea? Someone took the beastie down. Who did the deed?
I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
If he'd gone
We got
after
this.
us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky. and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation. Ooh. Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martira? Joanna, the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence. You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too. That you chief there. Isn't that Heismay? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heismay. The huge chief of all things.
This. After we saved your hide on the road.
Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Please, wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martira. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
What? Absurd! Speak sense, woman!
Master Heismay is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Bardon, Captain of Martira's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martira.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
That's... well, that's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unlike any we've seen yet.
How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be.
Of course. That, or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Fallen do?
The Honorable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her repentance. Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. O new king. It is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, leave this country armed with the truth.
I will. I promise.
I will. I promise.
God's alive.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how now the curtain falls. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again.
What a show!
Went up to 49 now. With the events of the expedition, people seem to have taken notice to me. I hope this will eventually lead to saving the prince.
Barden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martira before Joanna's confession does.
And Forden himself. I hardly expected the man to make himself so visible.
Yep.
Likely his attempt at redirection. Keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's.
I guess, but...
Nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. That's all we can do, really.
Not bad, pups.
We were passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing.
I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio, that's Basilio. Luis's right-hand men, see?
And now you walk with a Ujif at your side. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common.
Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus Church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock.
That was not our intent.
Oh, same idea, yeah? A real person's head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now, you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you?
No. We only read it wrong.
And you weren't afraid to make an enemy of the church to do it. It's quite a feat for a no-name candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words.
Oh, Lord Luis, we really should be going.
Relax. They're in the middle of a conversation.
I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think?
So this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I'd never expected him to reach such heights.
Do you suppose we have his attention?
Last time he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if he went out of his way to talk to us, that's something we earned.
Yeah.
Oh, loves. I've got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon. So stay in the city, would you? And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either.
Hi, Juna. Hi, one of the best girls in the game. I mean, what?
Master Luis? Master Luis was just here. What happened?
Well, he just left. You weren't told?
We'd better be getting back as well.
Damn it. What's so special about those fools?
Well, you see, we can use magic without an igniter for one thing. Wait, that's not what you're asking.
Luis is having a go for Popeye, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in arms now, then?
It might be a trap.
Don't get cold feet now. We knew going in that any plan to win his favor would be dangerous.
We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse.
How fares His Highness anyway? He still fights?
I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He's still asleep. But nothing's changed about his condition.
And do we know where this formula is?
No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, a formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies.
If it's something he'd keep close, then...
It's in his gauntlet runner.
Wouldn't that be inside his gauntlet runner?
It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us.
He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive.
Good point. Let's just wait for word then.
Okay.
Joanna! A backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph. She defiles the very church itself. Oh, and naturally it was an elder of all people who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels?
Well...
An idea occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge, let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their Sanctus faith. After all, Sanctism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest that loyalty to the church is loyalty to the state.
I assume you have a plan?
Altaberry's our next destination. The very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt. This time for relics.
Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods.
What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon, they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights.
And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saint's Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history.
Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title.
Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifex.
Ever at your service. You do not bow your head.
Oh, humblest apologies.
What troubles you, my child?
Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest even the royal scepter was originally one of these relics. In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic...
If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint. Smile, wave, and bless.
Rella, you are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner.
Understood.
Okay.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay.
Hello? A word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said he was Louis's man. Night Prowler, today, come. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this Night Prowler place is some sort of pub or club. But do you know where it is?
On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Louis at a haunt like that.
You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught on to us?
If he wanted to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course.
We have little other option but to show up.
I'll hang about in the runner. Keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself onto Louis's craft, eh?
Right then.
Will do.
Let's be off to this Night Prowler.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one more thing before, oh, perfect. It is rainy as hell. That is actually perfect. I did not realize I was gonna get that lucky. Okay, we're not going to the Night Prowler right now. we are going to the market district.
Right.
Because we are going to see if that Needia merchant is there, because if I am remembering correctly, the Needia merchant on Waters Day sells the item that I want.
What now?
And I'm going to need more money for it, probably. But perfect weather for this. Perfect weather for this. Perfect. Got plenty of Magla to the money, and if I'm right,
Greetings. Well then.
archetypal ring 40,000. Yes.
Greeting.
Give me that archetypal ring.
Greeting.
I need at least 4 about these, but
Greeting. Well then.
Can we talk?
Greeting. Well then.
Can we talk?
yep. Come on.
Greeting. Well then.
And the reason that I'm getting these is because there are 7 party members in the game, and I'm going to get one for each of them.
Can we talk?
So that when I get into grind time, I can focus on doing that. Good.
Thank you kindly.
Because archetypal rings will affect everyone, but
You've come.
okay. So I think this is where I'm gonna end things today.
Thank you kindly.
I'm gonna get us outside the Night Prowler, and then I guess I might. No, I won't talk about what I was thinking about there. I just I'll just plot my save down here. Thankfully, this bad weather was. I did not actually remember that this bad weather happened. It is a good thing that it did, because it makes it to where the very first day I'm able to get all the archetypal rings that I need. Thank goodness. So I'm gonna go for now. I hope everyone has a good day, has a good rest of the night, and stay dreaming, everyone. I've got some stuff I need to think about, and I might try and get my mind off some things for the moment, but we're gonna see how that goes. But I don't want it to affect me during the stream and other stuff. Nothing IRL has happened to anyone I care about or anything like that. I want to clarify this. There's nothing to worry about. It's just I've hit a low point right now, and I do want to spend some time trying to get out of it a little bit again before I try and resume streaming. So thank you all for stopping by, those who did, those who check out the archive later. I greatly appreciate you, no matter what your circumstances may be. Stay dreaming. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon, but goodbye for now. Bye, dreamers.